When I was young, I thought stress and anxiety were just part of who I was, like a shadow that followed me everywhere. It didn't matter if things were going well or if I had no real reason to worry. There was always that underlying tension, that restless energy in my chest, that constant voice in my head whispering, "What if something goes wrong? What if I'm not good enough?" I thought this was normal, that everyone felt this way, that stress was just the price you paid for being ambitious, for wanting more out of life. But then I came across a simple shift in perspective. It didn't require meditation, expensive therapy, or years of self-improvement. It was something I could do instantly. If you're someone who feels overwhelmed, constantly overthinking, weighed down by stress, you're about to discover a way out. Maybe you believe that stress and anxiety come from the outside world, from deadlines, from pressure, from uncertainty, but that's not true. If it were, then everyone in the same situation would feel the same level of stress, but they don't. Two people can go through the exact same experience. One crumbles under the pressure, the other stays calm. Imagine you're walking through a forest and you see a snake in front of you. Your body reacts instantly, your heart starts pounding, adrenaline floods your system. But then you take a second look and you realize it's just a rope. What happens next? Instant relief. Because the moment you changed how you saw the situation, your body changed too. The fear wasn't coming from the rope itself. It was coming from your perception of it. This is exactly what happens with stress. You're constantly reacting to situations as if they're threats, even when they're not. Your mind is treating everyday challenges as if they're life or death situations. It's your reaction. That's what's keeping you trapped. You don't have to fight stress. You just have to see it for what it really is. And once you do, it loses its power over you. There's a passage from Meditations by Marcus Aurelius that I think about all the time. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Read that again. You have the power to revoke it at any moment. Every time you feel stress or anxiety, ask yourself one simple question. What am I telling myself about this situation? Because stress doesn't come from the event, it comes from the story you attach to it. Change the story and the stress disappears. Let's take an example. You have a huge deadline coming up. Your mind is panicking and you're overwhelmed. But why? It's not the deadline itself causing this reaction. It's what you're telling yourself about the deadline. You say, "If I don't do this perfectly, I'll fail. If I fail, I'll disappoint everyone. If I disappoint everyone, I'll never succeed." See what's happening? Your mind is spinning a story that turns a simple deadline into a life-threatening crisis. No wonder you feel overwhelmed. What if instead of, "I have to do this perfectly," you told yourself, "I just have to do my best, and that's enough"? Suddenly, the stress shifts. You're no longer paralyzed, you're in control. This is the key. Stress isn't something you have to eliminate. It's something you have to reframe. Every time you feel overwhelmed, stop and ask yourself, what am I telling myself about this? Is that story helping me? What's a better story I could tell instead? The moment you change the story, you change how you feel. The truth is, you are not a slave to your thoughts. You are not a prisoner of stress. You have more control than you think. That space, that moment between something happening and how you react to it, is where your power is. From this moment forward, make a commitment to yourself. The next time you feel stress creeping in, don't let it control you. Take a breath, question the story you're telling yourself, and then choose a better one. The world doesn't change. Your challenges don't magically disappear, but you change. And suddenly, what once felt overwhelming becomes something you can handle with ease. And when that happens, that's when you finally understand what true freedom feels like.